How's it going, guys? Josh here with Trax RC, and today we'll be taking a look at the brand new ARRMA Granite 4x4 3S BLX version 3. Now, this is not our RC car. It's actually a good friend of ours, but we're just going to be featuring it on the channel a few times, talk about it, do some reviews on it. And yeah, today we're just going to be doing our first impressions. We're not going to be driving it. That'll be in the next video. So let's go over this car. Now, before we start, we would like to invite you guys over to check out our website, our merch shop, and our Facebook page. You'll find all those linked below in the description. So now let's go over the new ARRMA Granite. So first, we're going to go over the body really quick. It is a new body over the V2. I honestly thought that I would like the V2 better. I never saw that one in person though. But this one actually looks really good. It kind of has like a Dodge front end in a way, and then like Cybertruck rear end. So that's kind of interesting, but it does look really good in person. And the paint scheme on this one, this is the green version. The green is really bright. It looks a little bit darker on camera. It's a real fluorescent green, and then there's a little bit of a lighter green right in there, and then it goes to white and then some black, and it looks really good. And then, like all the ARRMA cars, you do have the body clips with the little pull tabs, so you're not going to lose them. So that's really nice. Now, as for durability with this body, like I said before, this isn't our car, it's one of our good friends, and they've drove it about 3 or 4 times now, and it's starting to get a little hole right here in the tailgate, so maybe that's somewhere where you might want to strengthen it with some duct tape or shoe glue or something if you do get this car. I would definitely do that right away, just to preserve the life of the body. So now let's take off the body and take a look at the car itself. Now, one thing that I did want to point out about the body before we take a look at the car itself is actually underneath the body on the back side. It is backed with a silver paint. That's really nice, but one thing that I did notice is that it doesn't have like all the casual ARRMA stickers to protect the body, like around the wheel arches and stuff, which I guess is not really needed around the wheel arches because this is a monster truck. The wheels stick out past the body. But usually ARRMA like includes stickers around the body post to protect the paint, and stuff like that, like around the side to protect it from rubbing against the chassis. And this one also doesn't have the don't just bash blast sticker on it. So I really liked when ARRMA did that. I don't know why they didn't do it with this one. Maybe they just kind of messed up on the model that we got. Don't really know, but anyways, this body is really sick. So now looking at the car itself, we do have these really nice aggressive tires. They feel like a really good compound, and from what my friends have told me, they seem to hook up really well, and the rims also look very sick. Yeah, and these are the D-Boots, what are these? Fortress tires. So I think they're the same as the V2 Granite, but they work well, so I don't really see why they would change them. Now, if we look at the front, we do have a new front bumper. If you can see it, there you go. So it has a really nice bull bar. It has some bracing in there to protect it, some hooks. Yeah, it looks really nice and definitely going to give you a lot of protection. And it does have a little impact absorbing piece right in there, so if you hit the front really hard, it should not break and it should protect the car very well. And if we look at the front suspension on this arm right here, the shocks are mainly all plastic. They do have a steel body, but they did update the seals in there and the O-rings, and apparently they're a lot stronger and better. We do have a little shock shaft guard right here. That's the same as the V2, I believe. Overall, the shock, though, it's definitely going to be a durable design. That's proven. I feel like that they may leak, though. That's pretty a common thing with plastic shocks. But shocks are really easy to replace and maintain. And then we do have steel camber links and turnbuckles all the way around, even on the back right there. We do have plastic drive shafts, and those have really not been an issue for most people on the V2, so I'm expecting these to do good on the V3 as well. We do have some really beefy C-hubs and steering blocks in there too. I don't really think you're going to break those. And a common part that people broke on the V2 Granite are the arms, and they always had to upgrade to RPM, so I don't know if ARRMA strengthened these in any way, changed the compound or stuff like that, but hopefully they did, and hopefully these will be stronger now. And another thing in the front suspension is they did update the hinge pins. They're now held in with screws and they're aluminum, so that's a nice touch. But they are really durable, so that should not be an issue. Now, most of what we talked about from the front suspension is the same for the rear suspension, but we do have a different bumper. This rear bumper is really nice. And then we do have an updated wheelie bar with some nice wheels. They are plastic, but that should be okay. and it is a really big wheelie bar. I don't know how much I like the look of it. I think it looks like real bulky and not that attractive, but you can take it off with only 4 screws, 2 on each side. So if you want to take it off, you can. Probably for beginners, you might want to leave it on, but we're going to be running this RC on 2S most of the time, so we probably will just leave this wheelie bar on, but it probably won't do that many wheelies on 2S LiPo. Now for the chassis on this car, it does have nice dirt guards, so it's probably not going to get dirty inside. The chassis is made out of plastic, as you can see there, so that should be pretty durable. It does have a really nice center driveline that is also plastic, and it's spring loaded, so you just pull it back and you can pop it right out, so really easy to work on. And then it does have plastic differentials in there. Don't really know if that's going to be an issue or not. We'll definitely find out. And then the bell cranks are made of plastic. Don't really think those are going to break though. They seem to be really durable and smooth. Now for the servo on this car, it is Spectrum branded. It is a lot better than the ARRMA servo that came on the V2. So it's nice to see that they included this. Then the ESC is the ARRMA BLX 100 amp. It does have an IC5 connector, and the ESC does have a nice fan on it, so it shouldn't overheat if you're driving it under general conditions. Now my one complaint about this ESC is the fact that the battery lead is just crazy long. The battery sits right here and it's just not necessary. Plus, if you need an adapter to go from, let's say, IC5 to an IC3, it's going to be even longer. So that's my one complaint about the ESC. Now for the motor, it is a Spectrum Firma 3200 kV motor, so that should give us plenty of torque and speed. It does have a nice big heat sink, which is not new, but the fan on top of it is new. And then if you want to remove the entire motor module, it's 1 screw and then this little pull tab there, so really easy to work on with this car. And they did update the slipper clutch in this RC to a castellated slipper pad, so that should be a lot more durable and it should last a lot longer. And then for the battery tray, it does have Velcro straps, so that's nice. It could fit different height packs, and you can remove this little block right here to fit longer packs, and the width of the battery tray is also good as well. Now for the radio system on this car, we do have the Spectrum SLT3. It's a new radio. It's basically replacing their old radio that was the Tactics that used to come, but overall this is a really nice radio. It has a foam grip, good ergonomics to it. But one thing I don't like about it is that the power button is on the back side. It's just kind of weird. I feel like they could have made room for it on the front, but not a deal breaker. Definitely a good radio. So that's pretty much all that we have to say about the ARRMA Granite 4x4 3S BLX V3. It's a great car. We're definitely going to do some videos driving and stuff like that, comparing it to our Stampede 4x4. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Trax RC.